going? The question is always, are we going? If I'm lucky, I will get an edit. Probably move around a little bit. There we go. I love that beautiful, beautiful pink flower back there. Tree, whatever it is. I always call them the Jessica plant. It's one of my favorites. Anyway, so hopefully I didn't have any wardrobe malfunctions. I kept trying to check as I was doing stuff. My people were very shy, and I think you guys are lucky you saw the edge. um, anyway, so going back to what I was trying to talk about was just some general health tips. So whether you heard it or not, I'll just repeat it. Hopefully I can learn how to splice all this stuff and shorten it because it's already 36 minutes and you don't need to see all of that. I'll do 1, 2, 3 and then skip to 89. Anybody wants to watch the long one can at some point. But anyway, back to food that supports your efforts. In the Deep South, I discovered Georgia peaches. Everybody does. And they are these massive Dwayne Johnson kind of peaches. And hopefully he won't mind me saying that. But they are the yummiest, warmest, most golden explosion in your mouth. And when I was young, I would work a 72-hour shift at a department store, and I would literally eat only 2 times a day. Once in morning breakfast with everybody, and then in night I would usually get hungry for a Georgia peach and yogurt. And strangely enough, I never made the connection that for me and my body type, they were a appetite suppressant or a blood sugar evener or whatever you want to call it. It did something good. So when it comes to blending your smoothies up, I recommend peaches and watermelon, some pickles in case you have any swelling, kosher dills. You can try other ones, but those I know for sure work. And no, I'm not pregnant. And then you might want to hide your pickles as you throw them. I'm not pregnant. But anyway, there you go. And of course you can throw in other yummy stuff. Kiwi is great for your kidneys. Blueberries are great as well. There's just a ton of other stuff you can do. I recommend Greek yogurt. And something that we've been doing out here in the Silicon Valley, thank God we're very blessed, is something called raw milk and raw cheese. Most places, Baton Rouge, I know, has a Whole Foods, but most places that have a Whole Foods, you can get raw cheese. And these items that you can purchase are basically just excellent sources of protein that have not been over-pasteurized by the industry, and so they have a lot of nutrients that your body is trained to crave when you're healing bones and any kind of tendon issues. Although I could honestly see it being good in a lot of different sources. Sprouts, bless their hearts, is also now carrying raw milk. Ours here in the valley is tested every morning, I think at 4 o'clock. Yeah, and so they're really religious on how they test. Looking at my posture. Oh, I could work on that too. Anyway, so yes, we have lots of good things here in the valley, but I'm sure if you're in the Deep South or Wisconsin, you could probably find somebody who will give you tested raw milk, either goat. Goat is fabulous. Regular cows fine too. I don't even know why I had to think about that. I almost said chicken. Don't hold it against me. I'm a goofball. I can talk quantum physics and the elegant universe of Brian Greene and a ton of other really smart, fancy pants kind of stuff that tried to come up with the word milk, and they come up with the word chicken. Who knows what is in the mind of a Trekkie? Other things to think about. Oh, in the pool, when you're trying to figure out where to do your stances, squats, calf legs, push-ups, kind of things. What are those called? I don't know. Leg lifts, whatever. The beauty of the pool is that it's usually slanted somewhere. So you find that cusp and you go up and down till you find the right ratio of water supporting your body so you don't fall and end up going under, and enough of your body out of the water so that you have some weight. Trust me, I've only been doing this a short term, and I can tell you, probably saw it a few times. You go up and down. Obviously, more weight hurts. Less weight is better, but you don't get as good a workout. So it's just trial and error. And God, I wish I had a physical therapist for water. But my original physical therapist actually had two. They both worked the tendons because the tendons were essentially a three-mangled mess, and just trying to get my foot to go left or right, up or down was just excruciating pain and lots of crying, and I'm a wimp when it comes to pain. I don't mind screaming, but I also have prayer beads, and a true funny story is that I was using my prayer beads, and every day that I went, and one day I totally forgot, spaced the prayer beads, and the pain was by far the worst I'd experienced. And I realized that as much as I love prayer beads, really what I needed was, I'm a tactile person. I needed something to touch. I find it painful to be touched, especially without permission. I'm not really fond of being touched by others, for lots of past reasons. But I am a very touchy-feely person. So when I find those people that I love to touch, it's hard for them because I touch them a lot, and I crave them. But also, for that particular example, we found a rolling pin, of all things in a physical therapy place. We found a rolling pin, and I just rolled the darn thing back and forth, and my pain level totally dropped. So pray when you can. When you can't, use a rolling pin. It's a classic female, iconic tool. So, and these are, I know I'm laughing. I'm trying to make this all seem funny, and I talk about some series that sneak it in. But comfort level is the most important thing when you're healing, and working around your mind, working around your fears, working through pain. These are all really important. Injuries are a bizarre kind of grief mode that you almost can't escape from. So there's light at the end of the tunnel, and when somebody says, "Oh, it's going to be too much," you grab it. But then it turns into 4, and it turns into 6, and you're sitting there going, "I still hurt. What's going on?" And it turns into 9, and then they give you a bone stimulator, which is this massive cube. I've got the board cube around my foot. And they say it might be another 4 to 9 more months, and you're just like, my Lord, is that possible? I can walk, I can't run. Every morning my foot is like this crippled, it's not crippled, but it's this tangled mess of tendons, and I have to flex it all out and stretch it out, um, and you're just like, what is up? Somebody figured this out. Um, but so how you mentally jump those hurdles is just as important as following whatever the doctors tell you to do and the physical therapists tell you to do. And when they tell you to do something and you just know that is bad, avoid it. Tell them, no, what's plan B? What's plan C, D, E, F, G? Find me something else that's not going to work. Um, I am passionate 100%, 100% passionate of no drugs. Um, my Aunt Olive had a terrible cancer and she didn't die from it. She died from morphine overdose. Not overdose, but it hardened her lungs. So I avoid most prescription everything like the plague. The first week this happened, they gave me some morphine-based thing, and I was in total agony. And I came back a week later to the emergency room, and I said, I handed them back the paper. I said, I will not take it. The pain's excruciating. I'm not going to risk my mental health on getting addicted to anything with morphine. Just find me something else. And they did. And I think it took 1 month of that. And when it was done, I did not ask for a rematch. No refills. I will find anything, enzymes to control inflammation, pineapple and papaya, which is bromine and papain enzymes. Those on a raw, empty stomach at night before you go to sleep, rebuild muscle tissue. That's not me. I'm not giving medical advice. Those are vitamins and enzymes. You can find them in Dr. Mendel's Vitamin Bible, which has been in print since the late 60s, early 70s. Dr. Mendel's still out there. Love you. And eating real food, finding real nutritional supplements that support what you're doing, I think is really important. You want to go to anything else, then there is a whole host of YouTube videos on other things. This is just stuff I have learned and I'm passing on to you. And you're crazy enough to listen to. And God, I really hope I don't have to do closed caption for all of this. But I'm having fun and feeling positive for the first time in life since this crazy accident. I mean, I'm a generally positive person, but it's been a frustrating road. So, anything else can I think of? Oh, yes. Massages, reflexology massages, the Chinese ones that you can find in any mall, please. Please treat your body once or twice a month, whatever you can afford to one of those kinds of massages. Your body will thank you. You hold everything, every emotion, every fear, I almost fell off that curve emotion that you could remotely have when you're injured, you will store in your muscle tissue. So getting, yes, you can get on my hand. That's an ant on my hand. Hello, Miss Ant. This goes flying. Anyway, save the ant. Yes, I'm huge. I don't know what insects too. You probably saw me trying to save a few bees to cut out of the pool. And anyway, so what was I talking about? Reflexology. So you hold all of your fears, your pain, your tears in your muscle tissue, and having a massage therapist or reflexology specialist go through and relieve that stress out of your muscles. It will also help in the healing process. Many people break down crying, and they have no idea because it might be an emotion that was held in the body from the very first um, moment of the accident. They really don't know, and they walk around with it in their muscles. You'll see me go like this a lot after the pool, um, like football muscles. Twain, you can keep your football muscles, and I would love to touch them. Um, but I think to ballet, I really like soft shoulders. Anyway, and so, the massage therapist can help you through that. Um, Lots of times, especially if it's a foot injury um, or leg injury, you have to walk with this weird gait, and it throws your whole body mechanics off. Your spinal column, your sleeping, your dreams, everything can change because it's all out of whack. A lot of the reflex guys, bless their hearts, they're not chiropractors, they're not going to do it, but many of them will do what they can to realign my shoulders, um, pop them back into place. They'll just do what they can. I haven't been to a chiropractor. At 9 times I probably should, but one of the best pieces of advice my orthopedic gave me was that your body freaked out. And there's the injury, and then there's everything around the injury. And you have to wait months before you can separate the two and deal with the problems that arise from both of them. And with the body mechanics and let's see if I can say it right, kinesiology, anyway, the mechanical play of your bones, um, each, just imagine hundreds of bones in your hand or in your feet, and they've all had this shock wave come through, and it takes each one of them their own special muscle or tendon or protein to get back into a comfort zone and go, oh, I'm not injured anymore. Yeah, I'm fine. And then the next one goes, I'm not. I'm still freaked out. And then it calms down. And it's like a domino effect, but in reverse. And it's positive. And there goes Doobie, the little cute dog that almost came up and kissed me. Oh, I hope you could see that. Well, this is part 2, so I guess I don't have to worry about the pool. Doobie, give me a kiss. Anyway, love dogs. My dog has big ears. He's an Egyptian Pharaoh's hound, which is a hyena dog mix, and they're just gorgeous. Doobie is a beagle. He's cute. Anyway, so again, back to your body mechanics, massage therapy, Chinese reflexology. Be patient. Just do it to love your body and the loving and laughter. Oh my God. One of the coolest things that ever happened was this young gentleman followed me into a Starbucks off the street during Christmas. And he looked at me and said, I saw your pain, I saw you walking past, and I just do a hands-on pain touch thing, and I really think we need to do that. I don't know why. It's in me to do it, and can we do a prayer session? I said, are you kidding? I love praying. I'm Christian, Episcopalian, although I tend to pray a lot in Catholic churches because they're open. Trying to find church that's actually open during the week at any hour is really hard these days. And So anyway, he came in and we did this really nice prayer session, and but none of that really mattered. And he's like, we're doing something, but I don't think it's going anywhere. So let's try laughing. I looked at him, so laughing? What are you talking about, laughter? And he said, it's somewhere in the Bible, I can't think of it right now, but laughter is supposed to be the best medicine. And I went, aha. So he's like, anytime you're injured, laugh it out. So lots of candid camera. The Rock is great for humor. Big Bang Theory is fabulous for humor. Just laugh out. Relieve stress. Let's see, can I think of anything else? Oh, yes. One more wonderful piece of advice. There is a fabulous Chinese medicine that works on circulation more than anything, and it's called Yunnan Bao, and it is two different ginseng plants that the Chinese government actually protects because it is the most critical thing in their first aid kits out in the field. For me, for our country, my go-to is a small medical laser that was being developed in Pennsylvania. I grew up Trek, I grew up in the Air Force. Science, baby, it's all science. But I can 100% tell you that I only just now found the pickles to deal with the edema. And Yunnan Bao was the only thing that I found in the early stages to help with the swelling, and it's a godsend. I think it comes in a cream form. If you can touch it, go for it. I had a balloon. You couldn't touch a thing. You could just totally. It's hideous green. My foot was a hideous green for 3 months. And I found the Yunnan Bao about 2 months in, and finally got some red and yellow in my foot. So it did a great service. It's like an $8 box. It's nothing. It's worth 100 pounds more in gold. So I recommend that. Again, these are just herbs, vitamins, food, real food. Do not pop pills. Popping pills when you're injured is the equivalent of setting yourself up for failure. It's do it within measure, do it with extreme care, do it with the mental discipline that you will get off of it. Way too many addicts in my life. Spent a lot of time in Florida and California, and it's just not worth your life. Lots of Vicodin addicts out there. Morphine addicts out there, and they're all started with prescriptions. So use them with extreme care and caution. Use them happily. They're a godsend. I won't say they're not, but if for the long term of your life, you want food. Think of food as your personal biochemical factory, and use what works for you. Test, try. Maybe still kosher pickles work for me, but maybe you love bread and butter pickles. I don't know. Maybe your grandma has a special pickled Chinese carrot. I don't know. Find what works. Every day is a new adventure. Every day is different from the last day, especially when you're injured. And your feet and your ankle, they pump your entire blood system. So if you're walking like this on one foot, you're limping and hobbling on the other, you're actually not getting a full pump. I learned it from Dune. Sci-fi, science to the rescue. Anyways, so in Dune, there's something cool used in the desert called a steel suit, and it takes all of the evaporation off the body and filters it so that you can drink it again. But when there's desert and there's no water source, it's a good idea. It was a great sci-fi solution. But the whole way the steel suit works is through pumping of the feet. You have to walk. So when you can't walk, it's just difficult. Anyway, I'm sure I gabbed a little bit in there. And I will probably do another one where people can actually hear me, maybe use my phone. But for now, this is Dale signing off. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. I hope you gained something. And I hope you find the joy in your life. The new joy of walking towards healing. It's a different experience. And much love, much happiness. Be well, be strong. Find your superheroes, whoever they are, wherever they may be. Lou Ferrigno, Jason Statham, please don't hurt me for getting it wrong. I can see Jason leaping up out of the pool. But anyway, find the people that are making the most sense for you. They will keep your spirits up. And when it's your turn, do the same for others. Be a superhero every day. We can help each other find courage and spread the love. Mahalo. Aloha. Be loved and be well loved.